How's it going? Long time
Hey
no see.
June.
I remember you.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think it's I attended your group training a couple months ago.
Yeah, as an agency, I remember a lot of things, a lot of random things, especially. Not saying that you're random, but yeah, man. Well, how's it going so far?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Um, yeah, just interested in kind of like your methodology. I know obviously um high ticket sales is like kind of I wouldn't say unregulated, but most people kind of like defer to kind of how I found out about it. And like
Yeah,
so yeah.
cool guys, the OGs. Cool, man. Well, I mean, when it comes to high ticket sales, you mentioned that you're in like corporate sales right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in like corporate tech sales,
Why,
SaaS
why are, bro,
sales.
why are you even looking at high ticket sales then?
Uh I just think the upside of like just making more money is more attractive than timelines of like, oh, I need to hit my quota and for X amount of quarters or years before I get promoted.
How much are you
And
making right now per month? If you don't mind me asking.
yeah, 7K.
7K a month?
Yeah.
Let me pause you there. When I asked you how much you're making right now, you did give me a number answer. I respect that. But you said it was like the tonality behind it was 7K. Well, what's behind
Yeah.
that?
Um yeah, I guess it's just like more like the amount of effort just to get 7K. Not that 7K isn't bad or like low. I know people putting in more effort making less, but at the same time it's like I know it's more about the effort I put in and time spent.
Okay, going back to the
And I,
tonality on how you said 7K,
yeah.
by the way, right? It's like, what was the emotion attached to it? Because if there was no emotions, you'd just say like 7K. That's 7K. You said 7K. So what was the emotions attached to that?
How did you felt like I sound? Just kind of upset
You're
with
like,
it, or
I don't know. Like, it just felt like it was something off. I'm just going by intuition. And that's exactly what I'm
yeah,
going to coach you on. But
just not super. I mean, I think it's fine. I just think the amount. So I'm working, I would say two full-time gigs, one part-time. Um, and I guess I'm just not happy with the amount of effort I'm putting in just to get 7K. Whereas I feel like I should be double that.
you know what you
Um,
just did to yourself, by the way?
what?
Before I answer that, though, um, our subconscious, our language pattern displays a lot about our subconscious. Because whenever we say something, we're not thinking about what we say, but it just comes out normally, right? But the funny thing is,
Yeah,
not only in our language, it also comes out from like, every single decision that we make, even the smallest ones. 98% of the time, it's conscious. It's just studies proven. Does that make sense?
the way you say something is your subconscious.
Yeah, the way you say something is dictated by your subconscious. You don't decide to say those words; it's your subconscious saying through. Basically. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like 98% of the things that you make decisions on are based on your subconscious. Well, you think you're conscious, but you're making decisions based on your subconscious. You're based on your programming and how you're wired as a human being. But the reason why I'm saying this is because you said when I asked you, okay, so what's the emotions attached to it, right? Because I felt like there was something off, and I might be wrong. I'm a human being. I might be wrong. That's what I
right.
felt. And you said it's unhappy. I applaud you on the honesty, right, and being vulnerable with me. But you said nice. It's nice. What made you pick that word? Nice. That 7K is nice.
Mm, yeah, I guess I didn't consciously say, "Oh, nice" over "it's okay."
Yeah, I mean
Um,
that's what I'm saying. Language patterns are subconscious.
yeah,
Right?
I don't know. I guess it's similar to okay for me. Like, yeah, it's okay. It's nice, but it could be better.
If you think about it though, like I mean, why do you think you said nice or it's okay or it's nice or whatever it is? Where do you think that came from?
Mm. Um, I don't know actually. Probably I'm just used to using that word. Like if
Okay.
somebody, I guess I'm kind of detached from it.
Okay.
So what I
Pause
mean
there
by
for a
that
second.
is
Pause there
like,
for a second.
yeah,
When you say you're used to it, how long have you been used to saying things like that you're okay or you're nice? When deep down you said you're unhappy
uh, for for a few years, I would say
for a few years. Do you think you can be more
yeah,
specific on that? On how many years?
probably at least five.
At least five?
Yeah.
Okay. Where I'm going with this, by the way, is that I'll be direct with you, okay? Because you deserve directness.
Okay.
Okay. So when you say 7K is nice, that's you talking about your standards. 7K is nice, that's your standards. That's a standard statement. And then when you say you're unhappy, that's not a standard statement. It's your personal expectations. But I'm not
Hmm.
I'm not here to paint a shit and be like, what do you mean by unhappy? I'm not here to do that shit over here.
Yeah.
What I'm curious about is your standards, your subconscious standards, and the fact that you're used to it as well. You're used to being nice with 7K and you're accepting that standard. I want to ask you is why are you tolerating that then, knowing that you're unhappy?
Yeah. Well, it's not, I've been at 7K consistently. It's actually been more recent, the last 2 to 3 months only.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I've been tolerant of it for the last at least 3-ish months because it's like, oh, this is the most money I've ever made. I kind of progressed my way from like 1.5, 2 years ago making 3K. I know what it was like only making that much to making, fuck all money, several hundred per month. So for me, it's like I know the struggle to just only be at that 1, 2, 3K a month, and then now 7K. I'm like, oh, nice,
Mm.
I made it here. So again, that's where that word probably comes from.
Yeah. Just by
And
the
this,
way, like I'm not here to judge you or anything.
yeah,
On the contrary, it's more likely tough love. And honestly, I'm not here to even give you tough love that much, to be fair. So no need to feel judged or anything. Like I
yeah,
do so many of these calls at this point that I'm completely detached now. But
yeah,
here's the thing, okay? Is that the narrative, you gotta be careful with narratives, right? Because
what do you mean?
that's been slowing you down. I love that answer. What do you mean? That's called a verbal trance, by the way. You're confused now, and you're very when you put someone in a verbal trance, it's very suggestible, so it's very very dangerous. Because someone's at a suggestible state because they're latching onto you're confused, so you're looking to leech onto someone's conviction over here. And I'm not asking you to leech onto my conviction, but I'm having you to leech on to your better standards. So the reason why I made you suggestible over here is to have you understand that you're selling yourself short. You're slowly getting aware that you're selling yourself short with your subconscious and with your beliefs. At this point, if you're aware, then it's easier for me to suggest you and command you to take a bet on yourself and live by the standard that you're supposed to live by. Does that make sense? So when I
Yeah,
said a messenger, hey, I'm going to show you what I exactly do. I'm not doing some future pacing bullshit. I'm talking about real life shit over here right now. So here's the thing, okay? Why did you allow that dialogue, that 7K is a lot of money, and therefore you get stuck into it? Because it's dialogue.
mm, why do I allow it?
Yeah, you're absolutely allowing it, brother.
Yeah,
You're not telling yourself, you're allowing that dialogue because you can pick something like, oh, I mean, 7K, I could definitely make more than fuck. I could do it. But you decide to say,
yeah,
oh, 7K, so what if? You went in that direction rather.
yeah. It comes down to capacity for me, where it's like I think I'm spread. Um, I would only be at like this is just me like painting the past year. So I would
Yeah.
only be at 3.5, 4K-ish if I didn't take on additional roles. So, but it also feels like I'm spreading myself too thin just to get to 7K. So I'm like, um, and not that like I'm like crashing and burning, but
And it's
definitely
not
feel
about
like,
taking more roles. It's because of your
yeah,
standards. Because if you have better standards, you would not tolerate wherever you're at right now, first, second of all. And third of all,
yeah,
you would do everything you can to, whether you leave the job and find a better job, or start your own business, or be a high tech closer by now, and just, like have enough faith in you that you will learn the skills that you need to absolutely fucking crush it. Which
yeah,
that's what I'm here for, potentially, if you decide to work with me. And if you don't, that's fine as well.
yeah,
Right? But it comes down to your standard again, because you're accepting your current standards, your current skill set, and therefore, no wonder. No
yeah,
wonder you're telling yourself, hey, 7K, so I got to hold on to 7K.
yeah, because
It's like,
it seems safe.
yeah, who was the one who has the ability to create that fake sense of safety though?
Me,
Who was in charge of that?
me,
So if you're in charge of that, who could break that then?
me.
Who could set up new rules then?
I can.
What is the new fucking rules then? What is that? What do you want to tell yourself from now on?
That 7K is like the floor income wise per month, and I want to get to 20, 25K a month.
Who do you need to become then to make 20K a month?
20, 25K a month earning closer.
Huh? No, and it's not about closer. It's just a title, right? 25K a
Yeah.
month is you that deserves it, and therefore you'll just work through it. Be do have, right? Why do you want to make that money though? Is it something you're doing this for, or it's just like you're doing it just because you want to blow some chicks around, or why are you doing? Why do you want to make more money?
Yeah. I'll be lying if I'm saying if I said it's not primarily for myself, but I think it's also for Well, I know it's also for like my family, saving up to start a family in the next 5 years or so. So I don't want to be in a position struggling.
Family who?
Family, like my folks, close cousins, siblings.
When you see in their eyes, right?
Yeah.
And they see you and you see a reflection of yourself through their eyes or cousins, who do you want to be viewed? Like, who do you want to see from their eyes?
Who? I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I follow.
Yeah,
Who?
when you and your cousin sit like this, right? And your
Yeah.
cousin sees you, you see your eyes reflecting, right? You see your
Yeah.
reflection through their eyes. Who do you want to see from their eyes?
Hmm. Uh, Someone that didn't follow the status quo and just kind of accepted, you know, the trajectory of where things naturally take them with their jobs or with their career, and when it comes to earnings as well. So
Why is that important? Where does that stem from? Where does that come from?
where does it come from? Just wanting to be different, not even, I mean, in a slightly egotistical way, like, oh,
We all
I
have
can't
ego,
put
brother.
myself.
Like,
Yeah.
speak your truth. Don't hold back. Like we're talking about you living a ruthless, unapologetic life. You claiming
Yeah.
who you should become. So don't hold back.
Yeah. I think, I mean, I could go into a whole spiel, but I think,
Make it brief. Make it concise. You can do that.
yeah. So, like with being Asian, right? Like, and it's not even an Asian thing, but it is kind of related. Like, you high achieving, degrees, you become a doctor or whatever, and only that way can you make multiple six figures a year and be considered like, your title, your career in the world is tied to how much you earn, and then therefore you have like a certain status. And just because I didn't have the financial capability to go to do it or even be like school smart to be able to make it into those kind of career fields, I feel like it's me wanting to stick out. Like I went the
Yeah.
unconventional path.
Yeah. What would it mean for you to? You talked about 5 years, right? 5 years getting married, having your own family. But what
Yeah.
would it mean for you? Let's say you're like just cousins. Let's say, right? Come to you, be like, hey, I think you're an uncle. Then you're an uncle, right? Hey,
Yes.
hey, brother. I thought this wasn't possible, but seeing your life and seeing how you live life, I know that it's absolutely possible, and therefore you allow me to live my life over here. I'm glad that you set that example because I thought it was impossible in my culture, and you broke that pattern. What would it mean for you to hear that and be that person?
I mean, that would mean everything, because we're programmed by, I wouldn't even say individual, it's just the thinking of groupthink, right? Like you have to become a master's earning, a PhD earning doctorate or a doctor, lawyer of some sorts, and that's the only way. And there's evidence. I mean, for a lot of people, like who look at like streamers and stuff, but I just see like why can't I do that? Not that I want to necessarily do streaming, but like what I mean, like that unconventional path of making money from something that's just not a
How
typical
much would you
job
miss
work,
out
right?
on if you just keep on listening to that dialogue, though? I'm saying, like,
How
hey,
much would I be? What?
how much would you be miss out on? How much potential, or like, what would be costing you if you just kept on listening to the dialogue of it's just nice? I can tolerate this shit.
I'd be missing out on just a lot of life experiences I otherwise wouldn't have, or maybe would have to wait until I'm like in my 40s, 50s to have, or just lifestyle as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this conversation?
Yeah, I think this is like an interesting point we're at in the conversation. Kind of feels like,
No, we're done with the discovery. I think it's done like
yeah,
16 minutes or something like that. We're done with the discovery. I think we went pretty deep already. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to be coaching you on. Okay. It's 2025. I have huge respect to now, but future pacing pain taking, it's not as effective as it used to. I'm not saying this to sell my fucking program. It's the reality of what I'm seeing. And if painting and future pacing has its place, by the way, it works. For what? For offers that are like, there are a bunch of kids coming in, 18 to 25 years old, don't have money, easy to manipulate. Those type of kids can do painting and future pacing. I ain't about that life. I don't want to sell 10K shit or 20K shit or 50K shit to kids. Then I'm going to sell at a very high level. So I ain't gonna coach anyone on painting or future pacing or whatever it is. Because this way of selling, like business owners even love it even more, honestly. Because they no one dares like point out like small. You know how this conversation opened up, by the way? And the first three sentences when you said it's nice, and I caught it real quick
Hmm.
and weaponized it the whole entire time, didn't I? But the thing
Yeah.
is, I weaponized it, but I caught it though. Normally people wouldn't, but I caught it. When you said 7K in a certain tonality, I caught it as well. And what if you can do that as well? That's a gift that I want to give you. And that's what my, I guess, like mentorship or whatever it is all about, you know? Making sure
Yeah.
you coach, making sure you sell in a way that's on the highest level. And I ask you a question like, from the eye, like reflection of the eyes, what do you want? Who do you want to see? Those are hypnotic questions. And those are just, I'm just showing like a glimpse of what I do, basically.
Hmm.
And those are all good enough, you know? Like, if you want to steal it, you can steal it as well, you know? But those are the things that
Yeah.
we do over here. And like future pacing or whatever, like I'm just playing identity. It doesn't feel lame at all, right? That's what we're doing over here. That's what hypnotic selling is.
Yeah.
And
I guess I'm kind of confused about what that means, future pacing. I know.
future
So,
pacing, what people do is like it's just emotional manipulation where people feel high in terms of what they haven't achieved yet. For me, I don't care
yeah.
about giving you that emotional high. I care about planting yourself a belief that you can absolutely make it and an identity. That's what I'm more intrigued on for you.
Yeah. Because I've definitely seen where it's like, well, what would it be like? How would it feel if you were, you know, making only 25K a month, or how would it feel if you lost 100 pounds or brought your business revenue to 100 to 200K a month from 10K a month or something like that?
Yeah.
Is that an example of it? Like those type of questions?
How would it feel, right? But those work for like 18 to 25-year-old like offers, you know. If you want to sell those type of offers, selling like 3K, 4K, and fighting over like financing and shit, you can do that as well. But yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
not here for emotional high. I'm here to have you fight your have you fight your current identity that is nice to being the person that you can become for your cousins. Because
Hmm.
not because you are going to get the result, but because you're more capable of it. But you have a dialogue saying it's nice and it's okay, and therefore I'll tolerate it. And point it out all in like freaking 20 minutes, didn't I?
Yeah.
So imagine you could do that in like not only like sales calls, but in networking or anywhere, you know, and create this level of
Hmm.
tension. That's what I want to gift you, bro.
Hmm.
I mean, as long as you want to take that gift. But you know what I do, by the way, I raise my prices. But since you messaged me before the price raise, it's so man, like, how do you feel about the price, bro?
Yeah. I guess I know you had like the free school group that um I would say kind of probably since you stopped doing the calls, not that they're dormant, but like what is that kind of including, like for how long?
It's 3 months,
Yeah.
and like when you say dormant, there are about two people during the coaching calls right now. I could do coaching calls every day, 5 days a week.
Yeah. Well, I meant
So
the free group.
yeah, free group, yeah. But like, I mean,
Yeah.
the pay group is pretty active, you know. And
Okay.
basically, I mean, right now, for the last 3 months, I didn't take students because I was sick and tired of it, honestly, in regards to just helping out the same thing. So I took a break, and now I'm up to it. So yeah, like signed two students
Hmm.
last 2 weeks, and you're gonna be the third one if you just do decide, and you're gonna get the most amount of attention right now because I'm gonna market harder the next month, next month, and
Yeah.
bring in more people. So you're gonna get the most amount of access with me right now because that's what you're asking
Okay.
for, which I assume
Yeah. Okay. So just in terms of like weekly sessions, is it like a few times a week, or how does
five
that
times a
work?
week,
5 times a week? Okay. Do you know roughly what time? Just
10 a.m. Eastern, around this time.
okay, 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. Yeah, I'll say I'll do it, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you the invoice in terms of getting onboarded. How do you feel, bro? Though you
Yeah.
look depressed, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
I would say
I'll take good
just
care of you, man. Like, come on.
not yeah, I get what you mean. I guess
You look so
just coming
distressed,
from,
you know.
yeah, it's not that serious. I don't mean this like, decision, but I mean the yeah, what you were pointing out, because I was still thinking about how I just settled for I guess just being accustomed to saying, oh, 7K is nice. So
But why were you actually like? Let's talk about like. I mean, as we're making the
yeah.
payment, why were you actually telling yourself that though? Like who told you 7K is a lot of money? Like for real.
Just like peers in
I sent you the
that,
payment
you
link, so
know,
do it at the same time, bro. As we're
colleagues,
leaving.
peer,
I put in Zoom chat.
colleagues, like, family, and then also primarily myself. Like, hey, maybe they're right. Like a couple years ago when I just started in sales, I was making less than half that.
So they said 7K is a lot of money.
Yeah, or anything north of like 5, 6K, you're lucky, and to even have a remote job right now, you're lucky.
Dude, like when you're getting coached by me and you ever say 7K is a lot of money or 10K is a lot of money, I'm gonna verbally slap you, brother. For real. Like no, like the environment that I'm gonna give you is 7K is no fucking money.